yet. So we have lots of creativity, but it's sort of spread thin, and there's nothing wrong with that. But having a bit of a digital cluster is quite exciting. So the sort of last case study slide is entitled Pipe Dream. Eastern Ontario Regional Network, from the Warden's Caucus to all three levels of government and the private sector, have come up with a $160 million package to wire Eastern Ontario with fiber. And this is now creating, this is now making us as if we were downtown Toronto, Bay and King, Yonge and Bloor, in terms of mobile workers, creative class, and work. So we're about 9 months away from having that become a reality. And through Whistlestop Productions, they have a business relationship with a company in Toronto who is seriously entertaining expanding their business, and it's either going to be in Toronto or Picton. So how's that for a game changer? Not Toronto or Tokyo or New York, Toronto or Picton. And should we be successful, they'll have what's called a master control, which is basically a big digital box that controls 4 high-definition television channels, all the information you have to put on this, all the different mediums that they have to go to, iPhones and Blackberries and televisions and laptops and all that kind of jazz. And for us, it would be a huge investment, $20 million, 40 jobs, and what Craig and I learned last week is the 40 jobs turns into 150 jobs with a multiplier effect. The annual payroll goes from $2.5 million to $5 million. The GDP output $17.5 million. The actual tangible dollar output is like $30-something million. This would really help us solidify our reputation as a creative economy, and it would really help us go to the next notch in terms of cluster building. It ties in with post-secondary. Loyalist College in particular has a training program that would feed talent. Right now, you go to Loyalist College and you graduate and you have to drive to Toronto to get a job. So the idea now is we can train young people. Young people can stay in our community and perhaps, I don't know about reverse the decline, but the economic development world is all about putting little dots on the ground and trying to make improvements here and there, one at a time. And this is another good opportunity. So this is not a done deal for us. There's a lot of work for us to do. We couldn't have been talking about this 6 months ago. Fiber's coming. This happens to be a company that's ready, and we're working with them, and we'll see where it nets out. We talked about networks. I guess I should add Spencer in here, but when I was meeting with Kevin Stellaric 6-9 months ago on these projects, he said basically for a creative economy you need 3 kinds of networks. You need a digital network, so I just talked about that. Without digital network we can't grow where the economy wants to grow. Social network, people, creative people, they want to hang out together. They just want to be friends, share ideas, do activity, and business networks. We have and are continuing to set up social media networks, which is sort of, I guess, both digital and social and business. It's all 3. Tonight we're holding the first of the year's Creative Minds networking. So every quarter we host an event called Creative Minds where we showcase 6 to 8 businesses in the creative economy. Because a lot of our people in our economy have no idea they're in the creative economy. They don't know what a creative economy is. They don't realize they're creative workers. So I don't know how we can be effective with our language if people think if we're speaking Chinese. So we have, it's a bit of an education process. We kind of figured this would happen. We did our first one and it became quite evident. So our mission really was to help people understand what a creative economy is. What's happened though is people do business there. They actually do conduct business. They shake hands, they change cards, they buy goods and services from each other. So that's something that we do on a quarterly basis. We're now hearing that they're not frequent enough, so we're doing mini ones starting next month that won't be as heavy in terms of workload for us and an agenda where people can just hang out for the hour, hour and a half and do the networking. And it really helps our community realize who's doing what in our community which is where some of this business, oh, I didn't know there was a such and such provider. Can I give you a call? So that's...
Your conference is now open.
That's happening. So the good. I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is we're creating prosperity, we're creating wealth, there's growth, there's innovation, there's job creation, there's lots of opportunity. My job, I believe I was hired to be a change agent, and people love change until it lands on their doorstep. And then they kick and scream and they don't. So a serious issue, we've got rural gentrification going on. We're bringing a lot of wealth into our community, and housing prices are not geared to average income. They're not geared to Toronto income, but there's a blend somewhere. That's a challenge. So, you know, our municipality needs, I guess, to have some kind of housing policy and to address these types of issues. You know, it's becoming a faster pace. I think we're actually impacting the culture of the community, which was island-like. You know, in a way, we were sort of a bit of a Jamaica of Canada in that it was county time, and there's a lot to be said for that. And I'm not sure some of the changes are for the better, but it is what it is. And so sort of a loss of innocence, maybe some loss of charm, and not loss of hardcore culture, but new and different culture. And it can get really ugly in a community that's afraid. I don't understand this creative stuff. I don't understand this Toronto stuff. We're just good, hard-working farm people and country people, and it's been kind of steady for the last 50 or 200 years. And now things are really turbulent in terms of change. So that's not easy to take. I don't know that there's a lack of tolerance, so that would be one of my concerns. Is, you know, we hear about, you know, oh, those Toronto folks are doing this, that, and the other, and I suspect that the Toronto folks are saying, oh, the county folks also. You know, I don't think that's out of control by any means, but I think, you know, with change and new and different blood mixing and mingling, you know, we've got new cultures happening. And we're in a 30-odd year, 40-odd year retooling of the economy in general. While I'm painting a rosy picture, and quite frankly, compared to 10 years ago, it is rosy. It's not perfect. There's a lot more we have to do. We're not, you know, it's a big job to sort of take a somewhat stagnant community and make it vibrant and vital. And so some people don't know what to make of this, and there's not opportunities for everybody. Just like there probably isn't in Toronto or Kingston, etc. So, you know, it's not a perfect world, and there's a few challenges with that. In summary, I believe that I'm living in a creative economy. So I believe it's real, folks, and we can talk after if you want. We can debate that some more. We are adopting to a change. We don't have a choice. Change has been hoisted upon us, and I think it's mostly for the good. Wine and now fiber optic are huge game changers. So if wine changed the game over the last decade, fiber is going to really kick it up a notch, and it's very exciting because people want to buy our quality of place. And I don't think of rural and urban and pit them against each other. I think about rural, regional and global. I think globally, and how can we serve the global market from Prince Edward County? And we're doing that to a certain degree already, and I think that's coming along. I think prosperity is available in rural. I don't think we have to go, woe is me. I think we have to go, where are the opportunities and how can we grasp them? I really believe that Prince Edward County is undergoing a rural renaissance, because I'm not comfortable with the word sustainable. I think we're sort of quasi-sustainable in terms of where we're going. It's not perfect, and this can't give you a link. I've got a blog that talks about